The conflict continues. New characters are integrated and a new perspective changes the course of history. The second installment of Shingeki no Kyojin in video games became more than what was expected. Welcome to Attack on Titan: The Final Battle. The first wall that separated humanity from its very possible extinction falls at the hands of a colossal titan. Few knew of its existence. The feeling of being trapped like a defenseless, impotent and hopeless animal. This is how the residents of the Shiganshina district felt when they were massacred by the titans. And in this, a first-person perspective makes us feel all the emotion, the tragedy that this event brought with it. And then, everything goes black. The Attack on Titan game up to this point has been treated as an action-adventure game. It hadn't dared to play with the options that a different camera angle or the variations of a genre can give, precisely because for its first project it was easier to reach a target audience by destroying the necks of the titans than by making us feel pity for these characters. However, after that stage, Koei Tecmo wanted to do its formula once again. I'm not meaning exactly that they make us repeat all the missions we went through in the first game, although they do that in essence in a more subtle way, and also giving us a tutorial to remember the controls with training exactly the same as the previous one. The developer's vision had to do with the concept of character creation, how an individual apart from the main cast would carry the burden of also being a soldier of the recognition team, although it's true that his story also begins to be linked with the story of the protagonist, wanting to take revenge on the armored titan, a decision that may seem like the easy route but makes a lot of sense. The hate and resentment generated by that event could not have been just resolved in these kids. There were hundreds of people involved. In any case, here is an attempt to integrate this character that we created. By the way, with wide possibilities offered by the creation menu. We enter the troops in a natural way, like one more soldier. The conversations with other characters and the multiple choice questions will be concurrent. They try to make the relationships outside the battlefield also fulfill their role. It's a valid way to recreate the story again without feeling like I'm doing everything again, but it's honestly not what I would have chosen in the first place. As the hours went by in the game, I was realizing how it was a scenario where you lived together with the characters of the universe. The interactions and relationships with other characters offer a good amount of additional elements, friendship levels, shortcuts to get to them more easily, secondary missions, and even upgrades for your skills. These make up a big part of the replayability. The world is adapted in the same way as the first game, but having your own character, with the shop of objects, materials, upgrades and others. The story is almost completely reinvented. Or rather, the word that should be used is repetition, not reinvention, because the events occur in the same way but from our point of view with our character. It takes us up to the moment when Eren discovers his power with the Titans in the chase with the armored titan. That is talking about the base game, because this game also comes with the Final Battle expansion, an extra chapter that relates the last events of the third season, something that if you haven't seen properly, I'm not going to detail it much here. Having the opportunity to see new characters like the Beast Titan, use various companions with their special abilities, and fight face to face with the Colossal Titan is incredible. The soundtrack of the game is nailed to give you the excitement of each mission as it should be. The tension is present at all times, and in the end having a quite successful plot twist in my opinion. Although the missions may feel long, in the end the feeling is quite the opposite. At least I was left wanting much more. If you're tired of games being too expensive, at Instant Gaming you can buy all the games you want at an incredible price. You even have the option to get pre-orders and gift cards with a big discount. I've been using it for several years now, and here are my latest purchases to show you guys that is completely legit. Cheap, fast and safe. You can check it out in the link I leave you in the description down below. That would be a huge support for the channel. Let's get back to the video. The mechanically speaking aspects of the gameplay are barely distant of what the first game offered. However, just as for a concurrent FIFA player, no game system is exactly the same one as those that are made annually. Here the same thing happens. For example, now we have new attack moves against the Titans. You can aim at the Titan's weak spot with the left trigger and propel yourself at full speed in a special attack that liquidates them in a single hit. In addition, the system of managing your companions to give them orders is better balanced. Each one has a refresh rate more according to the needs in each combat. They can attack simultaneously with you, they can use light grenades, heal wounds, and also capture the Titans. They have a higher reaction speed. It feels much more as a teamwork, something that the first game didn't incentivize me to do. We have to stop and talk about the pistol team, a variation of the unidirectional movement system, but which uses firearms instead of the usual blades. This offers more possibilities in the gameplay. You can destroy the Titan's limbs from a distance and also move with the same ease as with the other team. Not to mention the quick reaction feature that, if executed well, can activate a special killing animation. This also happens with the moments when a Titan tries to catch us. If we are fast enough and dodge the attack with a boost, the game will interpret it as a perfect escape, which will activate a quick time to finish the Titan in a single devastating hit. The bases that we can build in the field give variants such as restocking your tools, explosive mines, automatic turrets that defend certain areas, etc. With this said, these features forge a battlefield with a lot of action in real time, where you must be aware of many factors at the same time. The state of your companions, support attacks, the edge of your blades, the gas capacity, the resistance of the bases, main and secondary missions, and the environment that is surrounded by Titans. I didn't mention it in the previous review, but this is practically a real-time clear and conquer game, a version very close to what the lore of this universe offers with respect to the gameplay. In addition, the game understands this and tries to exploit that aspect with the territory reconquest modes, where you can choose from a surprisingly large roster of characters and lead the troops of your own scout squad to recover a territory that has been taken by the enemy, with increasing levels of difficulty, farming of materials, and all the elements that made up the main story missions. A game based on a series like Attack on Titan can be thought of as a nihilistic one, where you are treated like a creature always at a disadvantage, making you think that defeat will come at any moment. It seems that nothing you try has a positive effect on events, but even though sometimes situations can feel that way, it's still a game with very fun aspects, which, even though they are repeated to the extreme extent and can turn the course of history into something eternal, ends up forging an identity that fits very well with what Koei Tecmo wanted. In conclusion, Attack on Titan 2 is not a better sequel, it's a better game of a sub-version that came out as the first game. It could be said that the second polished and perfected the first one, however, I see it as a different approach, an idea that gave birth to more development for the gameplay in general, such as having your own character and interacting with others in such a dedicated way. The cinematics on many occasions exceeded my expectations. They have a very faithful atmosphere according to the anime, are beautiful scenes, and at this moment I feel that it's a game that best represents the essence of Attack on Titan, a game that every fan should try sometime. Guys, don't forget to leave me in the comments what other games would you like us to review on the channel in the future. Marvel vs. Capcom? Yo-Yos? Maybe Injustice? I don't know, you'll tell me. Thank you so much for reaching the end of this video. That was all for today, and I'll be watching you in the next video. Take care and see ya.